I was born in London, England, and she was born in Beijing, China. But we both grew up and became professionals in the microprocessor business. She had learned how to program and was a software expert. So we bought this house, and as everybody knows, the industry in 2000 and beyond has become very difficult. Like a lot of couples, we've had income that was invested in property, and the property equity was really our retirement guarantee. But all that equity has disappeared. So now we're left with having to be resourceful. At the age of 67, I don't have an opportunity for another career. So we looked at what we had, and we made the best of what we had by turning the house back into what it used to be, and that's a farm, a dairy farm. So we looked around at what we could do in terms of legally producing milk as a form of living. What we discovered was that if we boarded people's goats, it's legal to do what's called an agister agreement, which is an old agreement whereby people can have goats that they would board with us. We would milk the goats for them, and they would come and collect the milk as part of their own property. So that's what we did.
Come on, goat. Come on, baby. Come on.
I'm just very grateful that there are small farms that can provide people with local, humanely raised, sustainably produced, raw, alive products, because I just think it's healthier.
It's been a great benefit. We have raw yogurt, raw kefir. We do, raw milk ice cream. So I mean, we love it.
We've had a successful 2 years of growth, and we're really surprised this year when we received some certified letters from the District Attorney's Office in San Jose asking that we cease and desist in what they called the criminal activity of milking a goat and giving the goat milk to the owners. Not only was this a surprise, it was obviously a shock. What this meant to us in terms of retired people following their dream to sustain themselves for the rest of their lives through goat farming was that we suddenly had to rethink that opportunity.
This is not the best use of the federal government's time. I can imagine there's a lot more issues for them to deal with, and I know they're big fans of big farms. But here we are having a great community service where we're having terrific benefit, and I can't imagine this is the best use of their time.
You can go down the street and buy cigarettes and alcohol, which are definitely something that can harm your health. But someone's gonna take the time and effort to, try to eliminate this resource in our community.
As a chemical engineer, had seen a lot of those factories, understand what high temperature, high pressure would do to the ingredients in any product, including dairy product. So we have chosen to eat the dairy product naturally, just like the way I nurse my child. I would not, have my own milk boiled before I give it to my child. I just have chosen to give my child the product naturally.
If raw milk was that bad, people would not have made it this far.
As a child, listening to my parents at the table telling stories is how Danny, which is me, was raised on goat's milk, and that I wouldn't be around without it. One of the first domesticated animals, the goat, whose milk has been used for millennium in many cultures throughout the world. The milk is quite compatible with human beings. It has very similar characteristics, and I would argue closer characteristics to natural human milk than to cow's milk. And if we're going to go beyond that, at what point do we stop when we're telling people what they can eat and what they can't eat? Are we going to homogenize and pasteurize mother's milk before giving it to the baby? Where do we stop?
From some of my research, it was quite common back at the turn of the last century for doctors to prescribe raw milk as a health cure, and without question had many good results with the chronic health conditions of their patients, all of which stopped after milk was pasteurized.
The nutrition and the enzymes that the human body needs to digest dairy are eliminated from the factory farms, and this represents an alternative for me that I can actually consume. I can't have pasteurized milk. That's not an option for me.
The problem is obvious that I don't have the ability of getting another job in the industry at my age. How do we keep going without the financing from our goat farm? And I don't know the answer to that question right now.
What they are doing is wrong and un-American.
That's right. We'll stand up for our right, huh, JJ?
We have the rights.
It's your
Choose
goat.
what we drink.
That's
My
right,
goat.
my goat.
We should have the freedom to choose. We all have done lots of research. We have chosen to have the raw milk product, and we like the product from this farm. I hope we will have the freedom to choose as a shareholder here.
My goat, my milk! My goat, my milk!
Down one.